Hi, I'm Markus from crosstech.org, and today I'd like to introduce you to BreezingCommerce, our Joomla shopping cart. And this tutorial is not about basics like installing BreezingCommerce. For that, I refer to the documentation located in the documentations area of crosstech.org. But I would like to show you today how to create some categories, products, process some orders from the user's point of view, from the customer's point of view, as well as from the administration point of view, and showing you things around. Yeah, there will be more detailed tutorials and written documentation available at crosstech.org, and yeah, so just let's get started. When you enter BreezingCommerce, the first option or section you encounter is the dashboard, which includes the overall total orders, the total sales that can display in the currencies that you're using in your shop, the total amount of customers, and sales stats, where you can go back till last year to have a quick overview over the sales. And the last orders done. Then you have the order section where you can process the orders that arrived. You have the product sections where you can define and set up the products, the categories. Here it is important to know that in order to create products, you have to create a category first, because every product needs at least one category. Keep that in mind when you're starting a shop. And your customers, options and accessories, which may be tied to products. We will see if we have enough time to create an example for these, because they can be very important as they allow certain selections being done within the products from the front-end store. Brands, aka manufacturers, currencies that you're using on your website or shop, countries and their corresponding regions, the tax management, which includes product and customer tax classes, tax rules and tax rates, plugins, which is a very special part in BreezingCommerce, because BreezingCommerce makes use of its own plugin system. The plugins are called BC plugins, and they are running only within the context of BreezingCommerce. BreezingCommerce also ships with Joomla extensions like modules, so they are not a replacement for modules, but they are supposed to have an advantage for you as user, but as well as having an advantage for the developer, because it reduces the amount of setup and configuration time to create a plugin drastically. And then finally, you have the configuration of BreezingCommerce, where you can set up business information and other features that are available for BreezingCommerce. So I would say let's get started by creating a category. Let's call it my category. The alias we can leave empty, it will be auto-generated. My first category. We leave the parent category top because we don't have nothing else, and publish the category. So then, well, we can already head over to products and create some products. Here on the product screen, you have several tabs, but to create a product initially, you just will need this tab. You could also add images, files, set up weight and dimensions, add options, specify brands. You also have a backend card where you can shop inside the administration on behalf of your customer, and parameters that include options like metadata and other things like memberships and so on. So as title, we use my first product. Alias we can keep empty. This is my first product. We add price, no sale price here for now. The item number, it's up to you if you add one. By default, BreezingCommerce will generate one. Unlike that, SKU can be kept empty. And then we choose appropriate text class, which will be the default product text class here. But it's important to know that we have predefined text classes here, such as the EU VAT file purchase text class, which will be useful for online stores that are located in the European Union, offering digital goods, and a special shipping product text class that can be applied to the shipping costs. Anyhow, you can create under Texas as many text classes as you wish for your products. That can dynamically change. And we add a stock amount. By default, zero or negative stock amounts will lead to that the product won't show up in the front end. You can change it in the configuration and show products, and even show products that are not available, plus more options about that. Yeah, then we publish our extension, our product, which is not a virtual product, and finally select a category. You could in theory add, or practically even, many more categories, but the first one in a series of categories is the most important one. That is, for example, to have a unique path, for example, for breadcrumbs or for canonical URLs. So this is this creates the first category creates the main path that's associated to your product. So then we're going to save the product, quickly create a new one. My second product. Here a word on analyze. The analyze is auto-generated, just like you know it from Joomla articles. But a cool feature about the analyze in BreezingCommerce is that it supports transliterals. So if you, for example, have Chinese or Cyrillic characters, it will transform these characters from the title right into their Latin character display here. So, summer text. This is my second product. Here we give it a price of 90. Usually it would be 100. Again, a default product text class. Stock is another 100. We are publishing it. Select category and store it. I didn't add any images here. In theory, we could apply some sort order on the images or have a quick images options for images that are associated to each product. Yeah, a similar thing to that. In the categories themselves, you can check the products order. So you get a list of all products that are associated with that product and change its order. What is this for? This is, for example, let's say you have a category that holds all special priced products, and you want to display this one category at a special place in the menu item. We can do so, and you can specify which of these products is the most important one. So you have a featured option right included within this principle. And we could even from there go and create Joomla template overrides, taking the template for the product category views, and create your own featured HTML and layout. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do now is adding this category to a menu item, so we can finally do some shopping in front end. I'll do that by just creating a simple Joomla menu item. We choose BreezingCommerce, category, and in the category settings, we choose the category that we previously created and give the menu item a name. There are a lot more, many more options here. We will come to a few of them later. but for now I would like to bring that up front. So these are the two products. As you can see, you have evenly distributed product boxes by default that the user can switch to a list layout. There is a special option here in the category settings where you can disable the simple product view. That's how these evenly distributed boxes are called. Changing them into the complex one. So what are these complex ones for? So the complex product display in a category enables you to display each product similar to its product details. What you could achieve with this is, for example, if you have many different products in one. Think of downloads. For example, you have downloadable products or memberships, for example, or file downloads. You usually have 1, 2, 3, 4 options. You can put them all aside at many more options, and then choose one of them and buy the membership, for example. This is a classical view. The difference between the evenly distributed boxes that they can vary in length. So it depends on the contents of what you have here to bring them in line. Maybe you can create a theme in BreezingCommerce. But as you can see, you have the possibility here to go further. So, but we switch it back. And now we're going to do actually checkout. This is the card that the user will see when before he's finally going to the payment screen. Here are located our shipping plugins. I already installed the flat rate shipping plugin, which estimates the shipping cost based on the current information. We don't have address information, which we also don't need for the flat rate shipping plugin. It goes by the overall value of the card. But in theory, one could, or we will definitely do so, create a shipping plugin that is able to determine, predetermine the cost at this point already, before it even knows the shipping data. And on the screen right before finishing the purchase, after it got the complete data, specifies the final amount of shipping costs. So this is just an estimate. You maybe saw that in other stores already. So things go concrete in the main checkout. And here you have the option to check out as guest. You can turn it off in BreezingCommerce or register. We're going to do that as guest. And enter our information. City of Cologne. Country is Germany. Phone we don't want to add. And then email address. If you would choose to register, then there would be a few more fields for the registration visible here. You can also choose a different shipping address, which would add, you see here, the shipping information, which is basically the same form, but we don't use it for now. So the shipping and the billing information is the same. Here at this point, you see the shipping method again, but at this time, it's final. So this is the final. Here, shipping plugin will not estimate, but specify the exact amount of shipping costs that this order will have. But again, it depends on how the shipping plugin is developed. In that case, it's a flat rate shipping plugin, and flat rate shipping plugins go by the overall value of the card. Then you choose the payment information. I already pre-installed the bank transfer plugin, which basically enables you to add information right on the invoice to show the customer where he can perform or to what bank account the customer can perform his payment to. Then at last step you have to review your order, and then when everything is okay you could place the order. Here at this point, I didn't specify that yet, you can add up to 4 different checkboxes with links to articles, for example terms and conditions that a customer needs to check. You can specify this, show that you quickly. Here in the configuration checkout, you could create or select any article that holds the terms, for example, and you can even specify if it's mandatory or not. But we left that out here for display purposes, and now we are finally checking out. So there is no payment gateway required because the bank transfer plugin will create an invoice and send it by email to the customer and displays the information for the payment right on the invoice. So the status of this order is not paid yet. The thank you text, this is a standard thank you text. You can change the thank you text by selecting a thank you article here also in the configuration checkout. So now I would like to see that order from the administrative perspective. So we're going to orders. And here's what I said. Red with an exclamation mark means, hey, there is an invoice, but it's not paid. Okay, good. Then we go and check it. Here's the invoice. And here you see the payment information that's specified in the plugin, and all the other information. These the columns here you can tell BreezingCommerce to show or not to show. So this is the most that's possible. Usually you would remove some because they are not required. Of course, you can change the logo company and the company logo and anything else. Shipping method is displayed, and according to what plugins you are using, there could be even more information here. So it really depends on the plugins. The PDF itself can be edited. The templates for an invoice can be edited. It's simple HTML. So it doesn't need to look like that. This is just a suggestion from us how things can look like. And the order screen, let me explain you the order screen. Since the customer made a successful not transaction but order already, an invoice has been created. So there is not much you can do here except that you can print a packing slip or canceling the order. Canceling the order would result in a return statement to cancel out the invoice. But since this is a bank transfer we send to the customers, there's one option left you can do, declaring it as paid as soon as the customer paid it. Then you would just save it, and from there the order is done. Let's say you would like to edit that order anyway. The only thing you can edit after payment is done are these two things, canceling and setting the status. But if you would like to change things like the total of an item and stuff, you would need to copy that order and start over. Copy would let me show it quickly. Copy would change would create a new order and change its initial state into a pre-checkout state. So if you're creating an order like this, or whether if you edit the order like this, everything will stay in within business regulations that apply in many countries. So the other order is done, it created its invoice. There was a mistake, okay, we're going to cancel it. But then I make a copy from that new order, edit my stuff, and create a new order from it. So you are in line with business regulations of most countries, for example, Germany, where this would apply. And here you can do like anything like a customer could. You could, for example, go back to the product. And when you go to the cart, you will see that it reloaded the cart into the administration. And from here, you could configure your product again and do your changes. And then do a reorder of everything. You check out yourself as administrator, you create a new invoice until it's corrected, and then you have your order corrected. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is taking the original order and perform a cancellation of the order, which enables you to put the items back on stock. Here we have a stock of 99. And after it's back to 100. So from here you can process your order. You have all the information that you need. You have the shipping address of that order. You can send the customer a message and notify him by email. And you also have a log of things that happened until it came to this order and after, beyond. So now you went through with me through the order of BreezingCommerce. We are almost there for now, in the end for now, but let me explain you quickly what is about options and accessories. As I explained before, options and accessories are tied to products. If you, for example, want to display, let me show you. Want to display options. You would need to specify the options. Some options. Specify an option key, and some values. We could set it to read only, but I won't explain that. I just want to show select list here. Select list in the front end right here. So we're going to create another option. Oops. So what's happening now? For now, nothing. The options are just there. But in order to bring these options, or one set of options, these are practically two sets, I would need to choose my product, go to the options tab, select one of the set of options, and from there, pick the options that you need. First of all, we want to have that key and these available options to be displayed right in the product. So this is a simple way of displaying options. You could add more keys. It's not just tied to one key, but you can only attach one bundle of options to a product. So if you have, for example, shoes, you would specify an option set of shoes, which include all necessary keys and their corresponding values. And you can also use the options as variations. If you turn that on, you can create variations out of your options. So let's say we have a variation of our product with a price of that will be like cheaper. We can specify a variation. If we would have more keys, we could specify the combinations of keys, and by that you can create options like, for example, shoes, brown shoes with the size of 9, or red shoes with the size of 7, and so on. And each has its own stock, weight, dimension types, could have price and display plugins, just like the main product. So that's a special thing about options. And accessories works in a similar way. But here, accessories are attachments to products. So just let me show you how it looks like. Let's display this as radio required. Maybe we want to allow amounts. Minimum amount is 1. And we add an extra super duper something. And it adds to the price 10 euros, for example. You could also attach a product to your accessory. If you're accessing a product and somebody would choose that accessory, it would take over, for example, the stock of that accessory and keep track of the fact that it is a product. So in a similar way, we have to assign that accessory to our product. It's located in the option tab as well. You can add as many accessories as you desire here. And oh, did I publish it? No, I didn't. So that's why. Oh no. What about the items of that accessory? So sorry. So now you have the accessory here. This is a required accessory. If you would have more here, it would prevent the user from not accessing, not choosing an accessory. You can change the quantity of that accessory. We'll also add on the overall price, and you can edit the overall quantity of that particular configuration of the product. Just like regular products, you can add the configuration to the cart, and the configuration will show up like this. This is the regular option, as specified before, and this is the accessory we just created. Oh, sorry for my typing mistakes here, but I think you get the idea. So that's basically it about the introduction of BreezingCommerce. I hope you liked it, and there will be more videos and documentation in the future. We are also going to extend BreezingCommerce a lot. It will depend a lot on the information you give us. So if you have any requirement, be it plugins to do, for example, payment plugins, or anything else that you can think of, don't hesitate to contact us, and have a great day. Bye.